If InboxDone freed you from tedious email management, how much more could you get done? When most founders decide they need help, they start by looking overseas. I totally understand the appeal. It's obvious. Offshore support is cheaper, plentiful, and widely marketed as the quickest way to clear your plate. Many founders, operators, and CEOs test offshore assistance before circling back to InboxDone later. Naturally, they want to explore cheaper virtual assistant services before committing to premium solutions like InboxDone. There is a very real difference between hiring offshore virtual assistants and partnering with North American executive assistants. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of hiring offshore versus onshore. Most companies first explore virtual assistants in the Philippines, India, Eastern Europe, Latin America, or South Africa. These regions offer extremely low hourly rates. They're often between $5 and $10 per hour. That alone can make them feel like the logical place to find assistance. But after speaking with hundreds of founders, I noticed a pattern emerge. Most offshore assistants do not come from backgrounds in high-level administrative support. English may not be their first language. The cultural gap, even when mild, can still affect nuance, tone, clarity, and understanding. And because these roles are often low-paid, the assistants tend to cycle quickly through jobs. They leave for higher income, better opportunities, or simply disappear without notice in some cases. Hurrying to find replacements obviously costs founders significant time. The other issue is autonomy, of course. Offshore assistants typically perform best with tasks that are explicit, exact, repetitive, and easy to teach. They do well when you provide a clear checklist and a step-by-step process. But when the work requires context, nuance, judgment, emotional intelligence, or decision-making, most offshore assistants struggle. They need instructions for everything, or the task simply does not happen. None of this means offshore support is a waste of time. Far from it. Offshore assistants are generally an excellent fit for basic, low-complexity tasks. For work like this, paying premium North American rates doesn't make much sense. However, if you need someone to dig into complex tasks, offshore support can feel like one step forward and two steps back. So what can you expect on the other end of the spectrum? At InboxDone, we define North American executive assistants as those who live in the United States or Canada, have strong communication skills, operate in your time zone, and are accustomed to Western business expectations. We are unashamedly a premium service. Our assistants have typically worked for major organizations. Many have backgrounds supporting senior professionals at banks, airlines, major retailers, enterprise tech companies, and well-known national brands. They come with a level of professionalism, reliability, and attention to detail that offshore assistants rarely match. In fact, those are the three attributes we look for when hiring our assistants. During the client onboarding process, rather than teaching these assistants how to perform their roles, they'll just need some information on the specifics of your business. Our InboxDone executive assistants bring a level of intuition that's hard to match with offshore options. We hire professionals who quickly sync with you. These are people who can anticipate your needs, finish your sentences, and operate on the same wavelength. We offer executive assistants with perfect English, emotional intelligence, professional writing skills, the instinct to clarify instead of guess. They have as much EQ as they do IQ. We know how difficult it is to find assistants like this, which is why we've built a rigorous process for identifying elite talent at InboxDone. We look for the subtle, hard-to-teach skills needed to fully take over inboxes, calendars, customer communication, internal coordination, and ongoing operations. The real benefit is autonomy. A North American executive assistant does not need micro-instructions. You can explain the situation, the desired outcome, and the higher-level context, and they take the lead. This means you can remove yourself from managing the nitty-gritty of your inbox without feeling like you're taking a massive leap of faith. Many founders eventually reach the same understanding. Some tasks are easy to outsource, while others require a mind that can think through context and ultimately act independently. This is exactly where InboxDone's North American executive assistants come into their own. When you trust someone to manage your inbox, they need to understand not only the messages, but the meaning behind them. I'm talking about variables like, who is this sender? What is the relationship? What is the desired outcome? What steps follow the reply? From what we've seen, offshore support struggles with this because it requires both comprehension and execution. These assistants have to interpret tone and understand how each workflow connects to the next. This is basically impossible unless you live and breathe the same work culture. That is why InboxDone provides American and Canadian assistants exclusively. They know how to embed themselves into a client's business fully. These assistants can handle operations, internal coordination, client communication, inboxes, calendars, and admin tasks. I've found another major difference people often overlook is longevity. Do you really want assistants who view the roles as temporary stepping stones? This is what you're likely to get with offshore assistants. They may leave for better pay, shorter hours, or simply for new opportunities. There is often little incentive for them to stay because the wages are low and the work is transactional. It's understandable. North American executive assistants are more likely to seek long-term roles because they want consistency and recognize the benefits of developing strong relationships with clients. Founders often wait too long to get the right kind of help. By the time they come to us, they've usually tried a few virtual assistant services and been disappointed with the results. If you're going to delegate, you need to do it right. Our executive assistants are North American, highly trained, expertly vetted, and experienced in taking over the complex, nuance-heavy parts of your workload. They join your world, understand your context, communicate with clarity, and keep everything moving with autonomy. Book a call to apply for your own InboxDone executive assistants.